Sock Witchery podcast. My name is Lindsay, and I'm coming to you from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, where I live with my husband Colin and our cat Gigi. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, and Ravelry as @SockWitchery. And this is my part of YouTube where I talk to you about my knitting, my socks, my ridiculous yarn acquisitions, and starting in 2023, a little bit of book review, a little bit of book chat, and just what's going on in my life. So welcome if you are new, if you found me over Vlogmas. Thank you to everyone for the great reception to Vlogmas. I know it's been about a month since I have podcasted, but we're very busy. That's basically what was going on. And you also may notice we have some sincerely upgraded video quality because we upgraded our phones finally, and I record on my iPhone. So, settle in, knitting, beverage of your choice. I have just finished work. It is about 3:30, a little after 3:30. So we're going to get through this. It is Monday, January 30th. So I am going to get this in the month of January. So that will qualify as a podcast for the month. I'm going to try, no promises. You know how my job gets. For those of you who are new, I am an instrumental music teacher in the public school system. So my life gets a little crazy. But I'm going to try my best to be more present here on YouTube for 2023. So I hope you're good with that. We grabbed this. So, FOs. Most of my FOs have been on Instagram. They are socks. Here, let me scoot forward. I can grab the first couple of 2023 because they are right here. I'm about to cause a giant, yep, that would have been the sound. It's okay. All right, I have two FOs to show you for 2023 so far. First is an unexpected party socks. These are from the There and Back Again Club by Bumblebee Acres. I believe this was September. I want to say September. Really pretty rainbow speckles on a cream with some dark gray heels and toes. This is on their Coquette sock base. This is not the first nor last time you will see the Coquette sock base on this podcast or this episode. And then I also finished my fairy tale socks, which I believe were September, August, from the Bumblebee Acres Stephen King Club, inspired by the cover of Fairy Tale by Stephen King. I used to sit in front of my Stephen King bookcase, so I could have just pulled it out, but we have done some post-Christmas rearranging with our furniture. So this is kind of our new background while I get my office still situated because it is still chaos. I don't know if I mentioned over vlogs, we took the couch out of my office, which I never sat in anyway. It was just a spot to keep stuff on. And yeah, so we got rid of it in October, I think, and we have not done anything with my office since. It is now just still full of boxes and yarn and not very well organized. The cat is joining us. You gonna announce your presence, or you just gonna? Yeah, she's here. Okay, let's talk about some whips. I had made weird proclamations of I'm not going to knit garments in 2023. That's a lie. I'm going to knit garments. I have 3 garments to show you that are on the needles right now. 2 of which are Rhinebeck sweater plans. One of which is just a sweater I've wanted to knit for quite a while, and I actually have one on the needles and then a sweater's quantity of yarn to show you for a second one. So let's start with that. This is living in my Stitching Plaza bag. This is my Main Street Electrical Parade from Georgianne of Stitching Plaza. And in here, oh my gosh, I have mail I didn't open. Let's finish this and I'll pause and we'll go get it. Living in here is my Bibliophile sweater by Alicia, Plummer. I have just split for the sleeves. It is a top-down fingering weight raglan sweater. My needles stuck in all sorts of weird angles. Okay. And this is on the, it is upside down. Yay. There we go. This is the back. This is the front. There's several neck options. You can do a crew neck, a double crew neck, or a mock turtleneck. I believe I'm going to do the double, folded over crew neck. But yeah, it's a top-down raglan. I am using Mandi's Makings on her tweed base in the color Antoine's from her New Orleans collection. I thought I had a ball band in the bag. I do not. It's this really pretty, dusty, deep lavender. I'm very happy with it. The problem is that now I have 15 inches of stockinette to do for the body before ribbing. So I think this is going to be on the needles for a little while. I do have the opportunity to do a lot of hopefully mindless uninterrupted knitting over the next couple of weekends. So maybe I'll have it done by mid-February. No promises, but we'll try. Okay, I'm going to pause you really quick right here. Go get the mail that I forgot to open because I need it for acquisition. So okay, we're back. I went and opened the mail. Okay, so next sweater on the needles is the Don't Ask Again cardigan by Isabell Kramer. I am in the middle of a row in true tradition. If you watched me on Vlogmas, I received the Taylor Swift Folklore Advent from Emily of Fangirl Fibers. Sorry, I'm fiddling with my hair. This was a 4 Saturday sock weight skein calendar. So here's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm using these 4 colors to make the Don't Ask Again cardigan. It is a stripy cardigan, but the way mine is coming out, the stripes are very subtle. So it's almost like it's fades framed by this gray. So this is, the gray is Mirror Ball, the purpley one is To the Moon and to Saturn, the pink is August, and then the bottom one is Cardigan. So because they're variegated, different spots in the cardigan show off the stripes a little better, but I really like it. It's got a very thin button band, so I might not do the buttons at all because I don't have any cardigans. I have one cardigan that I've knit. It doesn't have buttons. It's also way too big, and it's made out of an alpaca blend because I made it before I understood fiber very well. So it's a harvest cardigan, but I wore it to death. It's just, it probably needs to be washed and like shrunk back down a bit. So I may not do buttons on this. So this is in its infancy. I cast this on last week on a whim on a Friday. Emily of Fangirl Fibers and I were talking about Rhinebeck sweater plans. And this is because the couple of years that I've been to Rhinebeck, it's been very warm. So I'm hoping that if I have like 4 sweaters in different weights, I can at least wear one on the Saturday. I believe we're planning on doing Sunday as well. I think we're taking a late enough flight we'll be able to pop in on Sunday. So we'll talk about that closer to Rhinebeck. So that is that. It's living in my Celeste bag by Emily of Fangirl Fibers. This was a collaboration she and I did with the Lemonade Shop I think it was 2020 New Year's Eve cast on collection is the Celeste sock pattern in my shop. And because I am predictable, this is a Hudson and West sweater. This is living in my Lavender and Bees bag by Joanna of Stitching the High Notes. She makes excellent sweater bags. I like them because they're wide and shallow. They're not like the tall, like buckety kind. There's nothing wrong with those, but I like this as well. So living in here, and I'm in the middle of a row, because of course I am, is the sleeve to my Rowan cardigan. There's a sweater called Awin, and the cardigan's called Rowan. It's not Arwen, it's Awin. But this is the sleeve. This color might look familiar because I was doing my cord pullover out of this, but no offense to that sweater. I was doing it with 10 inches of positive ease, and the cable, it was just not what I wanted at the time, so I'm using what I have in stash instead of buying a whole new sweaters quantity to do this. And I'm going to look at this closely and pray to God we don't have a Sovereign situation. So about this time last year, I was working on my Sovereign pullover, which I might actually be able to wear today because it's so flipping cold here right now. It is currently 8, but feels like -11. And I was showing it on the podcast and realized while editing that I had mistwisted a cable. So I'm hoping that is not the case on this. This is gorgeous. It's like this medallion cable almost. It's very pretty. So this is the sleeve 1. I'm using Wool of the Andes worsted weight, non-superwash on the Rooibos Heather colorway. I think with my hair, it's going to be a nice... And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I should really knit a cardigan in a neutral. Here's the thing. I was talking to my mom about this the other night on the phone. Neutral cardigans are useful. Neutral cardigans are boring to knit for me. So color is our friend. I mean, that's where I'll go with this shirt. This is where I'll go with most of the shirts I have. So this is pray for the weather gods to make it cold at Rhinebeck so I can wear this comfortably. I may just rebel and wear it even if it's like 80 degrees, but we'll see. So that's my Rowan cardigan. You'll see that on and off. And then I'm going to talk about one Advent project because during Vlogmas you saw my Sears Retro Toy Book calendar was getting made into the Go-Go throw that is ongoing. My Bumblebee Acres Return the King calendar is turning into a Speltus. That's still ongoing. But my my Dungeons and Dragons Corner of Craft calendar had not had a decision made. So I actually finally made a decision. Oddly enough, it wasn't yesterday, but I started working on it really hard yesterday. I'm gonna move this really quick. This is one of Gigi's brushes. That's an old brush of mine. Anyway, this is living in a Christmas bag from a bag maker that no longer makes them, so it's kind of pointless to tell you who it is. And in here, I have the Cozy Comfort Throw by Molly Klatt, who is Molly of A Homespun House. It is a marled blanket. It's 2 fingerings held together, and I'm on the 3rd color. It's gonna be I'm on a 832, and I'm very bunchy. So, it's gonna be this would be a good throw even if it wasn't bunched. It's gonna be amazing. So, it's just garter. I'm not gonna give away all the secrets, but it's garter, marled, and then you do an I-cord at the end. And I am using as my marling color, Stroll in Dove Heather, is a fingering weight, 75/25 merino nylon from KnitPicks. Not sponsored by KnitPicks. Wish I was. I am not. I'm not even an affiliate with KnitPicks. I should be with how much KnitPicks stuff I get. So, in case you needed an update on my Corner of Craft calendar, that's that. I'd like to get that done. I'd like to get all my Advent projects wrapped up by March. We'll see how that goes. Socks. Because we all know that's what you're here for. I am not going to show you every single sock on the needles I have because it's embarrassing. I have had a lot of focus issues just because of my life and my job. I'm not going to get into it. Education sucks. It's not exactly the happiest place to be right now. So I cast on what brings me joy, and sometimes what brings me joy is casting on even more things. I have them needles to do it, so I do it. So I'm just going to show you some of the newer cast-ons, or ones I want to highlight for you. You'll see them as they get finished. So if I didn't show them to you on this podcast, the pile that's over there, the pile that's over there, the pile that's up in my office, you will see them all eventually as they get finished. So let's start with my newest cast-on. So I'm going to try and be better about making socks for my husband because he has 3 pairs and we've been together for 13 years. So I need to get better at that. So in here, and this is a Hannah Lou Designs bag that you can get from Bumblebee Acres during one of their updates. This was the Road to Rhinebeck 2021 bag. Living in here, I am making him some Felici socks in the colorway Bebop. And I'm using my String of Lights pattern. I will link all the patterns below that I talk about, all the shops below that I talk about. But I started these in earnest yesterday. I would like to get them done for Saturday. We will see. I like how this is striping because it's symmetrical and then this big chunk of black and then symmetrical and then there'll be another big chunk of black. I use a 32-inch magic loop, Chowgu red lace, size 2.25 millimeter for every single pair of socks I make. And this is a peanut butter blossom from Tiddly Bakes. This is the largest size of my String of Lights pattern. Lots of really good negative ease, lots of good mindless knitting. I'm very happy with these. I don't know if Felici has changed. I've never really been bitten by the Felici bug until just recently. So I've had a couple of colors. I've had Goth Kitty. I had Sally. I don't remember what the Sally one was called, but it was like a Sally inspired one. And I've had Punch Bug. Didn't love knitting with it. It was too soft or it was splitty and weird. I don't know if this is different, but it feels different and I'm liking it a lot. And I ended up buying a bunch at Christmas, so you'll see that. I actually bought this for me too. I bought doubles of this one and then Space Disco for Colin and I each to have a pair out of them. And then I got Best Friends, Roommates, the Ernie and Bert inspired one. And then I also got the Chucky one. It's called Good Guy. It's clearly a Chucky color. So yeah. So that's one pair. Living in this Mountain State Stitches bag that I got this last summer. One of her drawstring bags. It has a gold cork bottom. Is my January, please tell me I have the ball band. I do. My January Evergreen Fiber Works Foraging Club colorway called Rose Hips. I'm super lucky because Evergreen Fiber Co. or Fiberworks is local to me. It's so pretty. So this is Rose Hips, and then this is the contrast color. Here's the contrast color. And this is I bought this stitch marker specifically for the Foraging Club because I plan to buy it throughout the whole year. They did it last year as well. I have 2 colors from last year. I think I have Acorns. Some kind of acorn. I have to look. And then I have Sweet Chestnuts, which is their December one. So this is from Charmed and Dangerous. He's a little toadstool friend. He is indeed shimmery. Like I think you can see. Shimmery. He's got a little ladybug and some moss. He's so cute. Okay, so that's Evergreen Fiberworks Foraging Club. I will link them down below as well. That's on their cedar sock, which is their 75-25 4-ply merino nylon fingering weight. Yay. Okay, I have a giant pile over here. Okay, let's talk about this Vlogmas whip holdover. I finished like no Christmas socks, you guys. It was bad. I got real excited and cast on way too many and then finished nothing. But this one is close. This one at least has a second sock, or first sock. So this is the Land of Sweets Advent sock set from Molly of a Homespun House. I am doing my second breakfast pattern. The second largest size, not the biggest, but the next biggest, or, next down from there. This is on her. She graciously sent this to me with another sock set I ordered, so I appreciate that a lot. So yeah, 2022 Advent. This is on her soft sock fingering, which is a 75-25 merino nylon. And I'm this far into the second sock, and I have a Dragon Hoard nutcracker that came with, I think I got it with my Black Friday sale stuff, I think. Because I have 2 nutcrackers. One came with a sock set. I think this one was just like a bonus thing purchase. Sorry, the cat's flopping around the floor being really cute right now. This is living in, I can't remember what the name of this bag was. Like the fabric name was. But this is from Barley Purls. It's not the last Barley Purl bag, you'll see. No, I talked about the Mountain Stage Stitches bag. I did. Okay, again, in a Barley Purl bag. This is one of my favorites. The bats are so cute. Look at their little faces. Your opinions on bats aside. They're so cute. Living in here is a new acquisition. This is from Dragon Hoard Yarns Wednesday collection. This is on her Myth fingering, and this is werewolf nail job. So it's inspired by Enid. And I have a tiny little Enid sweater progress keeper on there as well. I am doing my String of Lights pattern for this. I just cast this on last week when the yarn showed up. Yay. I got not distracted. I kind of prioritizing Colin's socks so I can have them done for him having to be out in the cold here in the near future. So, yes. So that's werewolf nail job in there. Colin's banging around upstairs. This is also a Barley Purl bag. This is my Yarn Festival Barley Purl bag. It's a snap bag. So they're now offering snaps and a detachable lanyard. So that's exciting. He's on a work call. If you can hear that, it's life. Because this is our house and he works from home. So this is, living in here is some Holly Press Fibers on her Sheepish sock. And this is the Dead Marshes. I have just turned the heel on this. This is another progress keeper from Charmed and Dangerous. And these were, again, on Vlogmas, I got KnitPicks' Reflections needles. This is their short set, like their lace set. They're very similar to Chalgoose, except they twist, but the cord is the same, and these are a little shorter. I'm really liking them. I'm liking the fabric I'm getting with them. It seems a little tighter. I don't know if it's because it's a shorter needle tip, and my gauge is a tiny bit tighter, but I'm very happy with it. I love the speckles in this. It's so good. Also, Barley Purl bags are awesome because they have, here, let me dig out all my stuff. This is a sock size bag, and it still has 2 pockets on the inside. A little clippy thing for like your scissors. And it's just great. Now it's got, you can do a lanyard, or you don't have to do a lanyard, or a wristlet. that's just really, really great. So I'm looking forward to that because I like snap and I like zipper, depending on my situation. So there's that one. My last Barley Pearl bag is my Little Women bag. Again, that has the detachable wristlet and it snaps. And these are my Little Women socks from Bumblebee Acres. I don't have the ball band because it's upstairs, or the tag is upstairs, but this is so pretty. I love this so much. And this is how far I am on this one. This is my String of Lights pattern. This is their Coquette base. It is 75% superwash Corriedale and nylon. This is from 3 by the Sea Designs. It's one of their glitter bombs. Yeah, I love these. I love yarn too much. That's why I cast on all the socks. Because I get too excited and then I cast everything on. And then I don't finish anything. I really got to get better about this. All right, the last one I'm going to talk about for whips, whips, is living in my Lord of the Rings birthday bag from Georgianne of Stitching Plaza. This is available in her shop, but I got this for my birthday and I got to help pick the fabric, so it was very exciting. And this is the ball band. This is the October There and Back Again Club. Struck by lightning. They're there and back again ball band. And I have one sock done. So it's got these really cool, you can see lavender and like very muted fluorescent yellow in the striping. And then it came with this blue for heels and toes. And cuffs, but I weirdly don't do contrast cuffs on my club ones. So they all match. Like all my socks at ones that I've started getting, I don't do the contrast at the top. I just do heel and toe. Don't know why. That's just what I do. So that's a selection, a small sampling of whips I have. Ones that I've actively touched in the last week or so. So there's that. Okay, so acquisitions. Some of these came during Vlogmas. Not sure if I talked about them or not. If I did, it's just a nice review. If I did not, then you get to see them. And some of these came around Christmas, and some of these were gifted to me, and some of these were impulse purchases, and one is a sweater quantity. And yeah, so it's all sock yarn. If that's not your jam, that's more than fine. I will catch you later if you're just here for the knitting. We're going to do acquisitions and then talk about books. And yeah, then talk about life stuff, even though I usually just sprinkle that anyway. So let's talk about the mail that came today that I was too excited about podcasting and forgot to open. It's my dragon bag from Stitching Plaza. So Georgianne had this bag in one of her big sweater zipper bags. And I said to her, would you ever consider doing sock size zipper bags? She goes, yeah, why not? So now you can get her sock size bag. It's actually a little smaller than this one, not by much, but a little bit. So with this, and then the vinyl bottom. So this is a gunmetal vinyl. Thanks, Jeej. Vinyl bottom. It's got a wristlet, and that matches the inside fabric. And here's the inside fabric. There's her label. So this one's a zipper one, and I also got some needle stoppers from her. I got some donut shaped ones, and then she threw in a couple of extras. Thank you, Georgia. So this came, and I'm very excited because, what are you doing, madam? Are you just being helpful? Thanks, I appreciate it. She's gonna walk right where all the whips are and she can't get through. And then she's gonna rub her head on them. She likes to stick her head into my yarn bags. Anyway, so the reason I'm excited that bag came is because it took a bit, but my December Critical Roll Yarn Club, Knitical Roll, that's what she calls this, came. This is Betrayal on her merino sock. And I'm going to cast this on, or widen this up and cast it on and put it in that bag. Betrayal, her merino sock, is a set 85-15 superwash merino nylon, 437 yards. It's pretty. I like it. It was worth the wait for that one. Other recent things. I got, like I had said, I had ordered from Dragon Hoard's Wednesday update. So I got Carnivorous Plant Lady as well. This is on her Myth base, which is her 75-25. I go back and forth with Tristan's yarn, whether I get 75-25 or 85-15. And then I did her Mystery Tolkien Club for January. And this was, I did the sock set. And this is Hobbiton. on her myth base. It's very pretty. February is Galadriel. I believe the signups for that closed last Friday, but yay. Oh, this hat is Tristan. This is the Mooncatcher beanie in Twilight Path. This is Tristan's design and Tristan's yarn. It's Aran weight, and I got it as a kit with the pom-pom. This is my favorite hat. I wear it all the time. I mean, I'm not always a hat indoors person, but it was cold out and I don't want to take it off. So that was, oh, and more Dragon Hoard. Let's do Dragon Hoard all together. And then I have, this is my sweaters quantity for my other bibliophile. This is the Merry colorway. He is my favorite Hobbit in Lord of the Rings. So Merry colorway. This is on her gnome tweed sock, which is an 85-15 superwash merino wool and 15% nautical tweed, 436 yards. I believe it is a very similar, if not the same base to the one I'm using for Mandy's Makings. And I believe it's the same base makeup as the pattern, like sample one was made. This smells really good. I don't know why. Oh, it's because it was sitting next to my Lush bath bomb on a shelf. That's why. Yay. So that's that. That's all my Dragon Hoard. Pre-ordered. I untwisted this and now it's all weird. I apologize. But I ordered from the Floxy pre-order from Emily of Fangirl Fibers. This is Unicorn Toots. I know. It's a juvenile name and I think it's funny. This is so pretty. This is going to be socks soon too. And then I ordered from Magically Dyed Yarns. I got their Make-A-Wish colorway. I've known of them because they're from around the same area. They're a little further south of me, but they're from Wisconsin. And yeah, so they do Disney-inspired yarn. This was a charity skein. They're donating a portion of the proceeds to this to the Wisconsin Make-A-Wish Foundation. This is on their 75-25 superwash merino nylon, 462 yards. I got some yarn from the Little Wolf Knits. I got one from her donut collection. So this is Old Fashioned. This is her 75-25, which I believe is called Sunfish. Indeed, it's called Sunfish. And then I got one from, oh, hold on, I'm missing one. Where are you? Here you are. I got a couple from her friend's collection. One is on the needles. I just didn't show it to you because I haven't worked on it. This one is You're My Lobster, which I love because it's not like traditionally lobster colored. And then this was one of her mystery ones. It's called They Don't Know. We Know That They Know That We Know. This one's very cool. It matches the inspo photo like really super well. So got that one. And then, oh, speaking of more friends, I picked this up from Dynasty Fibers, which is local to me at the Nitty Gritty Yarn Shop. And this is I'll Be There For You. I'm having a friends like resurgence of interest with me lately. Don't know why. I watched it. I didn't watch it when it was on. I ended up watching it the summer before I went away to college in 2006 because I went to college at home for 2 years and then I went away to college. And that summer I was working at Target and all the seasons were on sale on DVD for $10 a box. So with my employee discount, they were even cheaper and I bought all of them and watched all of them. And, you know, my friends and I, it's a touchstone for us, like, you know, references and whatnot. But I understand it's not always the least problematic show out there, but it's a nostalgia thing, so I watch it sometimes. I get annoyed because the ones that are available to stream are not the versions I know because I have the DVD. Ones that were like the uncut, you know, or the uncut like with bonus material, so there's lines missing that I'm used to saying, and yeah. Let's talk about what I got from Yarnaceous Fibers. I'm pretty sure I talked about these on Vlogmas. I'm gonna talk about them again. So I got Rourke. This is on Maggie's 85-15 superwash merino nylon base, 437 yards. I believe this was a Halloween one that might have been on clearance or on sale. This is Cauldron Claws as a sock set. I have her quarterly sock set on order, so that'll come sometime in the near future. And this is Moons Over My Spino as a sock set. I am the designer for the third quarter box for that, so that'll be fun as well. Okay, that's all I'm going to talk about for yarn. I've got more in here. Next time I podcast, I'll talk about more Bumblebee Acres yarn that is coming I ordered from their Zodiac collection, and then I also have clubs coming. I have the January clubs coming here this week. So hopefully in about 2 weeks, if I can podcast, everyone cross your fingers, I'm hoping. Yeah, so that's it for acquisitions. Let's talk books. I have some lofty reading goals for 2023. I would like to read 100 books. Here's the problem. Lately, I really want to read fantasy books and high fantasy books that are like several hundred to pushing over 1,000 pages. In addition to all the Stephen King I want to read / am reading. So I don't know if I'll get there. I may have to adjust that to how many pages I want to read. I read almost exclusively, and I'm going to say exclusively, on some form of Kindle. I have a Kindle that I bought this summer. I have the Kindle app for my iPad that syncs to that Kindle, and then I also have it on my MacBook because I read on my lunch at work while I knit. So I don't have physical books. I don't read them very often. So I have a lot of, like, case in point, this one, I have a digital copy of. These two, digital copy of. This one, digital copy of. That one is on Kindle. This is Howl's Moving Castle. On Kindle Unlimited. Lord of the Rings on Kindle Unlimited. These are Colin's art books for The Mandalorian. I don't know what's in between there. Oh, one of my new copies of The Hobbit. Aww. My mom had this one growing up. I found it on eBay. Very exciting. You'll see this in my finished Hobbit Club. I hope I said Hobbit Club when I talked about that bag. This is there and back again. This is Hobbit Club. Lord of the Rings Club is done. I will never remember that. I will always call it the Lord of the Rings. It's Tolkien related. It's fine. So far this year, I have finished The Gunslinger by Stephen King, which is the first book in the Dark Tower series. I read a book called The Crossing Places by Emily somebody. I'll put it below. I can't remember her name. It is the Ruth Galway mystery series. She's like a forensic archaeologist. They're really interesting. The first one was on Kindle Unlimited and I really liked it. So I have the second one. I think there's several. Those are really good. I read a book that I hated. I don't generally hate books. I got 87% into this book and DNF'd it because I could not do it anymore. If I focus on a book, I can read it in like 3 or 4 days, especially like a lengthy one. Thrillers specifically, I read really quickly. This one was a slog and it was not good. It was The Sanatorium by Sarah Pease, maybe? Pearse? I don't remember. No. In my opinion, and this is solely my opinion, if you loved this book, I am so sorry. I'm sorry that I didn't like it. I'm sorry that you loved it. I'm sorry if you loved this book. I didn't like the characters. The character development was very slow. It's just the same, like, things over and over again. The twists came super late. The misleading twists were too late. It was just not my thing. I have read a lot of snowed in thriller mysteries like One by One by Ruth Ware, and there's another one. There's a Lucy Foley one. Is it The Hunting Party? I think The Hunting Party is like that too. This one just was not of that caliber, so it's all right. I am working on The Stand by Stephen King. I am 60-some% of the way through, which means I am 700 pages in. I'm really liking it. I've tried several times to read it. I've not been able to make it. I am doing it this time. However, the problem is I have to sit down and devote like a day to reading The Stand when I want to read The Stand, because all the chapters are like, according to like my reading speed on my Kindle, like over an hour, because they're 50-some pages long. They're ridiculous. But I'm working on that. I'm going to continue with the Dark Tower, so I have Drawing of the Three. I've gotten into BookTube recently. Allison Pages is a really good one. I highly recommend her. And then Elias, who I don't think is ever going to be everyone's cup of tea, but Alley of Allison Pages referenced him. So I went and checked his like best of 2022 out, liked his vibe. So I'm checking out some books he recommended, which are the Robin Hobb. Can't remember what the name of the trilogies are, but there's 3 trilogies, so there's 9 books total. I'm on The Assassin's Apprentice, which is the first one of the first trilogy. I'm really enjoying that. I'm reading The Way of Kings, the first one, by Brandon Sanderson, which is 1,100 pages. We will see how long that takes me. I'd also really like to read The Talisman by Stephen King because it was referenced and shown in Stranger Things Season 4. I'd really like to read that. There's also a second one. Colin got both of those for me for Christmas. I really like to read this one, Empire the Vampire. I've started it like several times. I want to read I have the first 3 of the Vampire Chronicles by Anne Rice. I'd like to read those at some point. I need to read Throne of Glass from beginning to end. I made it to the 3rd book last time I tried. Please don't ever recommend A Court of Thorns and Roses to me. I have tried and I do not like it. I am not going to try anymore. I tried for years. I got through the first book. It was good in the last like 25% of the book, and then I can't. And that's okay. I don't have to like everything. If you like it, I'm glad, because it seems to be a very popular book and a lot of people seem to really like it. I just cannot. I can't. So yeah, that's what's been going on here book-wise. I'll update you next time. I do have Storygraph and Goodreads. I'm not 100% on my usernames for those, so I might link them below. If not this video, I'll definitely do it on the next one. And life stuff. Work is work. Yeah. I am concert free until the beginning of March, and then I will have a concert in March. I will have solo and ensemble in March. I will have Bandorama in April, and then 2 concerts in May, in addition to the Beyond the Notes Festival in the end of May. Our last day of school is June 2nd. It's a half day. So, I mean, I know it's January 30th, but we're on the downhill slide. We made it through January. January is a rough month for school. Here's why. We come back from Christmas break, which is never long enough. Come back from Christmas break. Oh, no, I said that on Bloggers. We had a snow day the day before Christmas break, so that was awesome. Came back from Christmas break, had 2 full weeks of school, then had a Monday off because we had Martin Luther King Jr. Day off, which is great. And then we had 4 days of school. And then we had Monday after that off for records, so the kids didn't have school, but we had school, and then we had 4 days of school, and now we're back to a full week. So the rotation and the schedule just was stuck in this like Bermuda Triangle time loop where I was at the same schools on the same days for 3 weeks. And with the way my job schedule works, that's not good. There are kids who I'm seeing tomorrow. God help us that we're not going to have a cold day, because we have a wind chill advisory right now that if it goes into a warning or lasts too long, we'll have school tomorrow. They won't let us wuss out on that, I don't think. But if I planning to see them tomorrow will be the first time in a month that I've seen them because of how the schedule works. So looking forward to February, looking forward to January being done. I don't have hate for January. I don't have hate for winter really. Although it's sunny out now, finally today, but it's because it's so cold. It's not because like, oh, it finally cleared off, stopped being gray. No, it's been, yeah. Colin and I have been busy seeing family, playing Dungeons and Dragons on the weekends. We had some work Christmas parties. We went curling with one of my work Christmas parties. Spent some time with my sister, her husband, and her children. I got a new computer. I got a new phone. So yeah, updated video quality for recording, updated video quality when I export. It will hopefully not take me as long as well. And yeah, so that's been January. It's basically what I've been up to since Vlogmas ended. Thank you again for checking out Vlogmas. I actually finished it this year and had a pretty good time doing it. So yeah, I'm going to let you guys go. This one didn't take that long. I'm going to have a lot of editing to do, but other than that, should be good. So I'm going to go work on some of these socks, and I will catch you guys on the next one, hopefully in about 2 weeks. And until I see you, happy knitting, and thanks for being here. Bye!